What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Burnout Bobby YouTube channel. In today's video, as you can see, and by the title, the bike is done. The Nardo, not so Nardo bike is now complete. I did a live YouTube feed last week. That was awesome. It was the first time I've ever done that. I definitely am going to do it again. I am thinking right now to start doing it every Friday from 7 till 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that might be able to fall into your schedule possibly. I know it might be harder for the guys on the West Coast, but then what I'll be doing is working on my bike, have the live feed on. I can see behind me on the TV any questions, and I can just hang out and chill with y'all while I'm in the garage, and then you guys can see me working on the bike live. And at the same time, I'll still be recording for YouTube content, so I can cover both angles like that. This bike's been probably almost a year now since I started it, since I wanted to do this build again. In March it'll be a year, so it's been about 9 months, maybe 10 months. I'm super excited how this came out. There are little things that I probably will fix around it, but otherwise this came out just how I envisioned it. We'll do a full walk around now of the bike, so if you missed it in the live, I'll give you another walk around so you could just catch all the little details here, you know? See what I did. You've already seen all the wiring. I have the battery box on. I'm not going to take that off. All the previous videos shows how I wired up the bike. If you haven't seen it, go check out one of the old videos. It'll be for you on there. Let's go. We're going to start off with the back of the bike here. We've got a Michelin Power Pure 140/70/12, followed by the TRS Super Mesh wheel set. This is for the GY6. This was powdered in a brushed aluminum done by Marcus, and he did a great job. The exhaust is the 2023 Honda Grom exhaust. This usually comes in a matte finish and with a stainless canister and header. We Cerakoted this black, and then I reached out to Yoshimura. I was able to get the gloss carbon accents, which really made this pop. In the live video I did not have this, so this is a little bit something new. I did it to match the TRS carbon rear frame cover. The mount, I know a lot of you have asked me about. This is the Ruck Shop's 12.5-inch stretch. It's a built aluminum stretch. I don't trust the steel mounts for the most part when it comes to these longer, like 12-inch stretches. I've seen a lot of them flex. I've seen the shock arms flex a lot. So I didn't want to put too much stress on it without having something solid underneath me here. So did that, but then I modified it. Did the 14-inch stretch bar that I had made, the custom shock arm to keep the shock at the right level and the right pitch. So had to beef that up as well for the distance. I have the Radiance LED underlight, the Burnout Bobby stitch seat. This has Alcantara suede, double diamond stitch. Cheeky seats, absolutely knocked it out the park. We have the TRS dipstick cover, the TRS fan cover, all gloss black. NCY direct ignition, Oko 28mm carb, Taito 171, forged piston with the cylinder setup. I did a smaller 58.5 head to raise compression up, 812 cam, the TRS direct ignition holder. I have the NCY short manifold, the Teflon one, as well as the Uni short stack filter. Seat frame was custom made by EE Welding. So my boy Bert, he knocked it out. He made the bracket for me. The seat I had ordered on eBay, and then had it sent to Cheeky for her to knock out for me. TRS rear sets with the V2 pegs. Side skirts, I don't know who the original manufacturer is. I had got them from my boy Koyo. He's hooked it up. Then I have the TRS side splitters with the frame splitter. The tank cover is a carbon tank cover that was done by Jose. Gus hooked me up with that. He did a real good job helping me out. So did Alan. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you. Have the TRS carbon key guard. I took the Ruckshop's push button and block off, and I modified it with a couple all blacked out buttons just for a cleaner look. Did the CNC clip-on bars with the Vans grips. The custom master cylinder you guys saw in the previous videos. That's all bled. NCY quick throttle. Move around to the front here. Did the battery box cover from the Ruckshop. It already comes in gloss black, so I just was able to put that on no problem. Did the TRS Slim Light. These are the Adeline low-down forks. I cut these down 1 inch. Have the Ruckshop's front frame cover. Universal front hub, monkey hub there with the axle spacer kit. Just went with your basic Adeline 4-piston setup here. The banjo is built into that master cylinder I have there, so it's just one line, and then this pressure switch is what goes up to the brake switch in the box, so that's why you don't see any brake switch wires coming out of this. It's just literally the brake line. So all I have going in up top here is just the throttle cable and the brake line. There's nothing else. This whole handlebar is left empty. The start button is here, horn is here. My blinkers are right here. Have that on a toggle, just kind of hidden away. Did the Ruckshop's rear foot brake setup. Comes with the V2 pegs, had those powder coated. In the back here I have the Ruckshop's transmission kit, and this works really good with the 171, complements it well. Has an Oco clutch, Oco variator, NCY drive face, RDR clutch hub. I have 13-gram rollers in there right now. I think I'm going to go to a 12-gram slider eventually. Did the powder coated black starter cover. Here's that billet shock arm. You can see it's very beefy there to take the angle of the shock. Powder coated the lowboy shock. This is the ultimate license plate holder, so you can just move it in, out, up, down, vertical, horizontal. So there you have it. That's the new build. This one's gonna be mine for a long time now, so I'm very, very excited about that. A lot of y'all asked me to start this up before, but I was waiting for the exhaust to be finished before I did that, so now I will be able to start it up. Oh, I'll show you guys too underneath here real quick. So I have the Mikuni fuel pump running off the short Mikuni fuel pump bracket. The vacuum line goes up underneath through the frame. This is the fuel check valve, so this basically keeps it so you don't have to keep like blowing in the tank at all. The fuel will literally go through and then stays up in the line, so it makes for an easy startup each time. I'll go ahead and put this on the tripod so you guys can go ahead and listen to this yosh. So there you have it. The bike is done, starts up, runs, charges. The next steps now is that I have to tune it. Right now I just kind of put the jetting that I thought would work for a 171, but in order to fine tune it, I have the wideband around here somewhere. So I'm gonna put it on the wideband, start making passes with it, and then just really clean this up. So I may have to change the main jet a little bit or just mess around with the air fuel mixture. Shouldn't be too much. I'm very excited about this. After that, I will go ahead and put the 360 cam on, I'll put my vlog cam on and start taking it for a couple moto vlogs, see how this thing rides, because it is slammed. This is probably the lowest bike I've ever owned. And then on top of that, this is my first 171. So that's a little weird. I went from 150 to 205 to 232 and then back down to 150. So I kind of skipped that 171, 180 range. So I'll be eager to see how this 171 does, and then eventually down the road we'll try to do a top speed run and see what it can do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and then I'll catch you on the next one.